The Terrence Gangster William, aka OG Diggity. I'm hanging out with the big homie, Hankin TV. Make sure y'all subscribe, support the brother. We out here doing big things. It's all good, baby. Y'all see we free. We out here enjoying life. Wah! I want y'all to stop the violence, say no to drugs, and put these guns down. I'm out, baby. Gotta go.
This is a certified hood classic.
I used to be in my feelings, then I turned up and got a spot. I can't say how much I made in that bitch, I just know it was a lot. I don't care no more if she love me for real, long as she love my knot. They say, Unc, you hitting them with too much drip. I know I got a mop. I put my flow in the microwave, I know I gotta blow, now it's hot. I was way too far ahead of my time, I had to slow down and stop. Before I pull up to the honeycomb, I got to go round the block. Looking in blind spots for any nigga think he on the low trying to plot. Go ahead.
Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Hankin TV, man. You feel what I'm saying? That's my boy. He put dope content over there.
Word.
Hey.
Hey, hold on. I'm about to get us a little music going right quick.
Turn me up a little bit more. Yeah. I don't know why, but it's midnight and I'm in the house with all my chains on. Just feel like that. Yeah. Dirty money bought my school clothes. Dirty money bought me J's. Dirty money bought my Ralph Lowe. Growing up, I was kind of broke. Mommy on welfare, oven open when the house cold. Dirty money, daddy had the dirty money. Honestly, I barely ever seen some working money. Seemed like we was always struggling and needing something. Dirty money, only thing that ever got it for me. Mall trips, what's the spending limit? Dirty money come fast, can't hide it, so you gotta spend it. At my house, it's kinda different. Flat broke with a note at Main Mark, trying to borrow dinner. Dirty money bought him everything a kid would notice. Had me riding presidential before I ever voted. I smoked exotic before I ever smoked it. I seen the money before I knew I wanted. Dirty money, clean money, dirty money. What's clean money? Huh? Dirty money, clean money. Yeah, dirty money. What's clean money? Dirty money, clean money. Yeah, dirty money. What's clean money? Huh? Dirty money, clean money. Bruh, dirty money. What's clean money? Yeah. Dirty money took us out of town. Dirty money took us skating. I kept falling down. The bogeys, dirty money, ready to go back. Dirty money, 20 kids at the razor tag. Growing up, I never thought about it. Till I met Casey Penny trying to find a way to go without it. That dirty money never lasts. Dirty money turned to nothing when your dad gone.
Don't y'all start. Don't start. Y'all wasn't even thinking about me.
Was never regular though. That's when I seen it with my own eyes. That dirty money get you clean time. Dirty money, clean money. Damn, dirty money turn to clean money. Got some.
Who sang this song?
Money, yeah. Clean money turn to dream money. Feel me?
That's Lamborghini. I had him on the show. I had him on the show about a month and a half ago.
I like that.
That song right there was Dirty Money by Lamborghini. If you ain't checked him out, check him out. If you ain't seen his interview, check his interview out. I interviewed him about a month ago. I want to thank y'all for tuning to Hankin TV. I'm a little bit early today. Trying to switch it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I got a bomb guest for y'all tonight. I should have had him on the show. But like she was saying, it happened when it's supposed to happen.
That's right.
I got a TinaStar. She got a hit web series that's trending on TikTok. It got over how many? 8 million views?
Yeah.
8 million views. She also has a cleaning service, and she also does a divine healing seminar. So if you can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yes. As you stated, I'm TinaStar Shaw. I have a cleaning company called Safe Haven Cleaning Company. I do divine healing, men and women's empowerment. And I am the creator of Tina Truth Skits, that has went viral several times. And it's really doing numbers even now on Facebook. So, yeah, that's about it. I'm really excited about that. I'm from the D, of course, that Dayton Drip. And I also have a t-shirt line, but Dayton Drip is one of my more popular ones that I'm wearing right now. And on Star Tees on Facebook is where you can look at most of my t-shirts.
All right. That's what's up, yo, yo. Thanks for coming through.
Oh, you're welcome.
I was talking to somebody in the comments. So
Oh,
you say you was from Dayton. So how was it growing up in Dayton? Where did you grow up in Dayton at?
on End Street.
Okay, that's
And
right down the street from me. I forgot. So how was it growing up in Dayton?
I love Westwood to this very day. I love all of my friends to this very day. Like we're all reconnected through Facebook. Some of my friends since I was like 10, 9 years old, we have all reconnected. Um, it's just Westwood to me, and it could be that because I'm there. We're just a close knitted neighborhood. You know what I mean? We stay closely knitted. Yeah, I had a good time in Westwood. Nothing but great memory as a
So by you,
childhood growing up there. Anyway.
so by you having so many different things going on, like the skits, the clothing line, the healing seminars. So what type of things were you in growing up?
Uh, Growing up, I mean, from the what as a little girl, I played like everybody else, and then at 13, I was dating an older guy. I got pregnant twice at 13, so I really went over there in the area, like the Prescott area, over in the. It was some projects down there. I can't even think of the name of them. Off of Gettysburg, way down in the hole down there. I was dating a guy down there, and then after that, shit. I mean, I went to Rolfe, I went to Westwood, I went to McNary. Then after that, I went to Patterson and then Belmont. But yeah, I was into a little bit of everything, just depending on what year you're talking. I jumped off the porch early.
Oh, so you jumped out the porch early.
Yeah,
So
real early.
so while you doing the skits and then like I said, the clothing line. So was you into like designing or wanting to act or entertainment or anything like that?
No, I mean my mother used to dress my brother and I. My mother is she's known for dressing, and that's what she did with her children. You know what I'm saying? I think I've always had my own style, my own swag. I'm a visionary for real. You know what I mean? I've always had vision. I always been different. Like when before braids were popular, you know what I'm saying? I had those before the lashes. I just, always been a girly girl when it come to that type of stuff. Wearing wigs when it wasn't, when only older ladies wore wigs. But I've been wearing them a long time before now. You know what I'm saying? They're popular or whatever. And then as far as acting, yes. My mother used to take me out to sing with different bands as a little girl. Don't ask me the name because of my memory through the post-traumatic stress disorder they say that I deal with. I don't. It's a lot of my memories I don't. I don't remember like names of things. You know what I'm saying? I can't really remember that. But yeah, acting. I did a lot of that in school. Um, Whatever was needed. So really, I'm living out what I really was born to do, if that makes sense. It's just that I was distracted by so many other things that I didn't give myself a chance to have these things manifested. But now, like I was sharing with you about your show, this is the time. So I didn't miss out on anything. It just wasn't time. It's time. The time is now.
Right. So let's start off. Let's dig into this to the divine healing. So tell
Okay.
us about that. Tell us about that.
Divine healing was birthed. I got off the phone with one of my cousins, and so she was just so distraught about a situation in her life. And then it's like earlier that day, I had talked with some girlfriends of mine because I'm 54. So most of my friends, a lot of them are still married, but majority of them have been divorced, like myself. I've been married twice, and so my last divorce kind of like took me through a hill. So I took some healing. I took time for myself to heal. You know what I'm saying? And so listening to my cousin, it just seemed like that was it. I don't know. I said, when I got off the phone with her, I said, now this is it. I said, I need to come up with something because I know she's not the only one. I'm not the only one to have a divine healing. So my first one was last year, and it was for women. And then I thought, well, you'll have some women that's getting healed, but our brothers need to be healed as well. So now it's divine healing men and women. And so that's how that was birthed. And so this last one, it was credit. I had someone there that talked about credit, um, uh, real estate, stocks and bonds, so forth and so on, because that's a part of healing as well. Because if you're broke, you're depressed. I know I am. I don't know if you've ever been broke, but that's not a good place to be in. You understand what I'm saying? You're not happy with yourself. So how can you possibly make anybody else happy? And then it's just you need money to do things with. So that's what I was bringing to the table. And then trying to affirmations is what I had to do, brother, because I went through such a depression when my brother went to the joint that I lost my mind. Like literally, I lost my mind. You know what I'm saying? And so I just had to take a step back, and then insurance lady, a white lady, came down here, and I didn't want to be bothered with that lady. I had quit my jobs. I just laid on the couch. It took an effort to even wash up. Get in the shower was too much. It was, just take my clothes off, get in the shower, take the shower, dry out. It was just too much. My house was in a disarray. It was just madness. And no one even knew that I was dying, spiritually. And they didn't even know my mind was gone. I relapsed, went back to using drugs, and it was just crazy. But I was already miserable in my marriage, though. You understand? So when my brother went to jail, I knew that my marriage was going to be over because I was so out. I was so psyched out that somebody would have died in that marriage at that time, because just the thought of my little brother, you know what I'm saying, being incarcerated, and he's not even the type, he's nothing like me. Let me just say that. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have shocked anybody if they had saw me on television for manslaughter. You know what I mean? But when they saw him, nobody could believe it because he doesn't bother anybody. And it just took me out. So that's what I did. I started saying affirmations. I allowed that lady to help me. That's how Safe Haven came about. I wanted to implement in my company what I needed. I needed organizing. I needed my clothes washed. I needed I needed everything. I needed my clothes hung up. I needed my dresser drawers folded. I needed everything to be, because everything was in a disarray. But my mind was too. So my thing is, James, that how your house is how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Your house can tell you a lot about it. Everybody's house that's in a disarray may not be suffering from depression. It could be their lifestyle. People that's on the go, work a lot of hours. They just don't have the time. But mine was strictly out of depression.
That's one thing I say at my job. I said you can tell by a person's work area how their house look. If a person keep their work area nice and stuff, their house is clean. But people, you know what I'm saying, like at work, it's second nature. Some things you do is like second nature. Like if you drop something on the floor, you unconsciously pick it up if that's what you're used to doing. But people don't just come to work and throw something on the floor and forget to pick it up. Because
that's right.
It's not just to actually pick it up. You know what I'm saying? That just tear me up when I see people do that. Not just that, but stuff, and they try to use the excuse like, oh, I just do it at work. No, you don't. You do that at home because it's unconscious to pick it up. And
that's right.
When you piss, if you piss on the toilet seat, you unconsciously wipe the seat off.
That's
you don't
right.
just piss on it and leave it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what's some of the topics y'all touch on in the divine healing?
My very first one, when it was the all women's, is why do we stay in why do we as women stay in toxic relationships? So I gave my testimony on, because I've been in toxic relationships since I've been 14. You know what I'm saying? I was throwing blows with my first my second boyfriend. We were used to get into physical altercations and call each other names. I've always been notorious for my mouth, but it was learned behavior. So that's what I was sharing with them. But I never knew what normal was. Normal is, normal is now, I guess, if that's what you want to say, normal is being at peace. I don't know anything about it. You understand what I'm saying? Because I come from a childhood of that there was fighting. It was volatile with my parents. So, it wasn't nothing for my brother and I to wake up and we hear rumbling. And so that affects me to this day. So like if something falls or something, say for instance, something fall in the closet or something, when I wake up, my heart is beating fast because it's just that's from that post-traumatic stress. You know what I'm saying? From just my waking up, hearing them fighting. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this went on every day of my life, but it went on. And even before that, my grandmother and grandfather, um, they were physical. Now I've only witnessed it once or twice, but it was just so traumatizing to see my grandfather have my grandmother over a rail on 3rd Street. She stayed in these apartments, and he had her by her feet, holding her, telling her, "He's bitch, I'll drop you on your head." You know what I mean? And I'm little, crying, begging me not to do it. And I went and pick flowers, but it was the norm. So that was the conversation. Like, how does it become the norm? For God to say, fuck you, bitch, and it don't bother you. You know what I'm saying? My return would be fuck your mama. So it go on to that, and then you got a slick man. Just I was toxic too, so I can't just put it on the men. You know what I'm saying? I was toxic as well. But that's what we talked about. Why do we stay? So some women said they stay in toxic relationship for finances, for the children. My thing was lack of self-worth, low self-esteem, and you couldn't have told me that I had low self-esteem because I didn't even know what that meant, James. I thought low self-esteem was, when you didn't comb your hair, you didn't put on clothes and all that. No, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know. Using drugs. You can't think you have high self-esteem if you're using. You know what I'm saying? So we talked about all of that. But I'm transparent. I talk about everything. If you go to my page, you can ask me anything. And I mean, even now, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Right. It is what it is.
So when a person attends a divine healing, what can they look forward to leaving with?
Some healing. We gonna get the tools. You're gonna have people. There was a psychiatrist. It was somebody there from AA, NA. It was a minister there. So if you want some spiritual, you understand what I'm saying? It was and it was all walks of life. You know what I mean? For all walks of life. One thing we know for sure, you may not have stayed in a toxic relationship, but one thing you do know is pain. Hurt. You know what I'm saying? If you're a human being, you know that that's something that you don't like. And we've all fallen short. We've all did some things we're not proud of, where we could have grown better. Or why do you stay when the man cheat on you? Maybe he wasn't volatile, but he cheated on you. He had children on you. Why would you stay? You see what I'm saying? Those are questions we open up. So it was a young lady there that said she was going through that right then. And she was crying and everything. So the only advice the older women told her was, if you don't want to leave for yourself, at least try to leave for the children. But hers was also physical. He was very domestic. So, and that's all I could tell her, but sometimes that's easier said than done. And then you have some very insane, like a guy that I was with, when I was with Drew, he was sadistic. He was a lunatic. You understand? So leaving him, I wasn't just leaving. I had to go into hiding because some people will kill you when you try to leave. So we had Artemis. We had literature from Artemis. If you're there, we also shared that it's not always men that are physical. There are women that are physical, man, that'll haul off.
Right.
Yeah.
And then by you saying being transparent, the guy who you said you left, that you said to kill you, that ain't the guy who did end up killing the female, is it?
Yeah, that's him.
And yeah, see, like you say, toxic, that could have been you easily.
Yeah, and I was very young, being tied up, beaten with extension cords by him. I was 16. I got with him when I was 16, and I didn't leave. And so that's where, when we had the questions, because you can ask questions, and they were asking, I told them, but some women were saying, once he did it the first time, Tina, why didn't you go away? I said, I don't know. And so what I came up with is that maybe my mother and grandmother didn't get tied up and be with extension cord or anything, but they were abused by men and they stayed. So some things is learned behavior. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, my mother left when she was fed up, but it wasn't about him being physical. It was more or less like my dad may have got caught cheating, and my mama just had got fed up. So when my mother was done, she was done. But I mean, even being little with my brother's father, who my mother got with when I was 2 months old. I was a little girl. He got with me when I was 2 months, and he fought all the time. Fought my mother, fought my grandmother. So that's what I'm saying. That's all I knew. You see what I'm saying? So it was the norm for me. And so as I'm learning and healing and knowing my self-worth, I'm not dealing with any of it. Plus, it's very dangerous on both ends. It's dangerous for me to deal with somebody like myself too. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't healed. So, and being with somebody like Drew, I had my weaknesses and strengths mixed up when it came to men. So it was like if a dude wasn't kind of like psychotic almost or rah rah, it was kind of like I thought he was soft. If that makes sense. Does that make, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely do.
Okay.
So like you say you did done 2 divine healings. The first one was just women, and the second one you incorporated with men. So what's the next steps for divine healing?
You know, I'm gonna tell you something. Just like my skits, just like divine healing, I don't know. I just know that it's gonna keep going. I never know, like with a skit, I don't never know until I feel the energy or something. It's really weird. You know what I'm saying? Like my very first video went viral. We were doing that just for fun because it was something I wanted to do, but it took off, and I've been doing them ever since. So it's like I want to reach the children for real. I feel like now that I've done the men and women, I want to do one with all men. You know what I'm saying? I want it to just be an all men thing. And my vision is that the women will be there as the servers. I want our men to feel like the kings that they are. I want us to be there dressed nicely. I want the decor to be, you know what I'm saying? My theme is like whatever your team is, whether it's basketball, football. I just want to kind of have every sports thing up there so it can be kind of manly like a man cave. I kind of want that. And I want the brothers to just talk and just keep it 1,000, you know? And then after that, I want to reach the children, the young boys, and then the young girls, and then have them come together and just find out why are our children, our brown skinned children, why are they committing suicide at such a high rate now? Like I've never seen anything like it in my life. I mean, and I just did a thing live where I was saying they're just made from a different fabric. And I don't know if it's because we felt like at our age that we've been through so much, so we didn't want our children to go through anything. But then you raise soft children. They can't handle nothing. You know,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? That's no discredit. I'm not talking about nobody's child that committed suicide. I'm saying they don't know how to do anything. Like our subject was on Tina's Truth was they don't even know how to catch the bus. Now, James, you know we was catching a bus at Skateland, Dayton Mall, Salem Mall. I mean, wherever we wanted to go. And if you wasn't catching a bus, we walked. But now these children don't know anything about a bus. So it's kind of, you know, I don't know. But so I just feel like we need to reach the babies.
We definitely do. So by a woman have dealt with toxic relationships, have dealt with addiction, and now in recovery. What and saying you want to reach out to the children. So what's the message you have for the youth?
The streets, like, don't just, no matter what, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that college is for everybody, but get a trade. Drugs, don't even dibble dabble in it, man. You know what I'm saying? I never really liked weed. So when I got with the same guy, I was introduced to primos. So I share that with women, which I have. I go to group homes and share my message with young women. And so when they want to talk about you know, pregnancies, abortions, molestation, rape. I've been through all of that. So I share my testimony with them. And then what I'll do is try to share with them things that because some things you can't avoid. You know, if you trust somebody, you know, I got raped by dudes that I thought was all right with me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I would share that with men and women about the drinking, you know, how that can lead to a whole lot of other things, health wise, mental wise. And then just try to find out what is the root of it. Why are you drinking? Why are you wanting to be numb? Let's get to the root of it. And then therapy. Talk to them about therapy because that wasn't an option with me. You know what I'm saying? And my mama's in them area either. We just dealt with things. We just moved on, and that's all I knew. So I want to be the one where they can come and have a point where they can talk. You know what I'm saying? They need an exit. They need something to do. So I would like to hear from them to see what it is that they want to do and try to help bring that into fruition if I can. You know what I'm saying? Or bring in some people like yourself to share your story, to let them brothers know it may look good. You're looking at TV and they look good to Brad and all of that. And they talking about dope. But those dudes are not, their kids go to private schools. Right. You see what I'm saying? So you listening to that music and hype, I would like to share that. You know what I'm saying? That you don't talk about penitentiary. You're not talking about getting shot in the back of your head by a close friend like one of my exes did. He picked up one of his dudes, you know what I'm saying? And he got shot in the back of his head and it killed the bride that was with him. So I'm saying, and she didn't have anything to do with it. He was literally picking her up for a friend. It was his partner's woman, and she got killed because he just was doing his partner a favor. So I would talk about your association. You understand what I'm saying? Those are things that I just keep it 1,000. That's all I can tell you. That's all I would do is I'll share with them. You know, if you got a cute shape and you think it's all that, you know, now y'all getting your little bodies done and, you know, da 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 da, and y'all got to wear this and y'all can't do this and y'all don't drive this and all that. You know, I'll be like, cut that bullshit, man. Get out of here with that fake ass. Because it's not real. You're not living realistic.
Definitely ain't real.
Yeah, that shit ain't real. Don't nobody care nothing about all that. And then when you get, I mean, y'all haven't even allowed y'all bodies to develop yet before y'all start messing with them. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, give yourself time. Your hips ain't formed yet. Give them time. You know?
And then you said you had created Tina's Truth just out of the idea you had and it ended up going viral. So how did that actually come up?
Tina's Truth, I just said one day, like I told you, I was like, shit, I want to kick it. Like the way I'm kicking it with you. This is how I would kick it with you. You see what I'm saying? I don't get on live or on Tina's Truth and be another way. What you see is what you get with me. So I said, it'll be fun for everybody to come on in and let's kick it. So that's what I did. I may not be able to join you and kick it with you or come where you at. But if we on there together, we can converse, you know? So it took off. So all Westwood showed up and showed out. Westwood just floored in, like, I'll be on there. Everybody asked. Then I had people in my inbox, like, I would love to be on there. Then there are a lot of people, as you know, because you have a podcast, some people will love to watch, but they're not going to come on there because they're not comfortable with sharing their life with millions of people. You know, I don't care. Because before it was a Facebook, I said everything to people's face. So to me, it don't make no difference.
Right. So when did the skits, how did you come up with the skits?
Okay, so Little Hector, Hector, that's his name on. So I didn't come up with the skit with him. I did, and let me tell you how it started. And I guess my first short play, was at DCI for Women, the penitentiary up there on. So what I did is I went up there and I had the inmates play me from the age of 10 till I was 18. And that's where really, and that was what, 10, 11 years ago. So if that's where it started. So then Hector asked me to be his mom in his little skit. So then I did that. And so I had just said, well, I told Sharna, I said, girl, I want to do a funny skit. I can't think of what we're doing. So I said, I won't know until you get down here. So when she came here, I said, okay, I know what it can be. Knock on the door and tell me you pregnant by my son or you got a baby by my husband. And she said, okay. So we did it and it went viral. I didn't even know what viral meant. Like, what does that even mean? But my notifications just kept going off to the point it became annoying. So I had to ask somebody, how do I turn it off? And it's just been on ever since. Literally, that was it. Like, I just had an idea and I do it. Same way with Divine Healing. Had an idea, I do it. My t-shirts, Date and Drip. I was washing dishes, Date and Drip. I'm like, that's slick. I did it. I reached out to an artist. So everything is just impromptu, spontaneous with me.
And that's why I was going to ask you about the skits. So the skits, is it a script or is it just spontaneous?
Spontaneous. I just tell them my vision and they acted on out. So like if you and I was together right now, I'll say to you, James, I want you to interview me, but interview my character. Like I just created a character based off of my granny. My granny's name was Sally. So now I'm Aunt Sally because I don't have any children. So I'm Aunt Sally. And so my granny was real loud for no reason. She just talked loud and she was mean, but she was real loving. So it's kind of sort of like my granny. So I just created that. And so if you were interviewing me, I would just tell you to be who you are, like your regular self. And that'll be the skit.
Right. And how many views does the skit have so far?
On TikTok?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I know the one did 4 million by itself.
And if people want to see the skits, where can they find it at?
They can go to TikTok, Tina53, or YouTube. What is my YouTube? That's crazy.
Tina's Truth.
All right. Right. See? Right. Tina's Truth on YouTube.
I got the link to the Tina's Truth YouTube in the description of the video. And the TikTok name is also right here up under her name if you want to slide through and check out the skits. So now let's get into the safe haven cleaning.
Okay.
And you already said you came up with that because you wanted to provide a service for the things you needed. And you had told me the story of, which was a compelling story about how you started it. So let the people know how you started Safe Haven Cleaning.
I went through a depression. Like I stated, I was in a very toxic marriage, and I was already, going through it. And then when my brother went to jail for manslaughter, I had a mental breakdown, and like I said, I just couldn't get up. I just did nothing. And so, like I said, the lady came in and she said, "Well, what do you want to do? Like, what is it that you want to do?" And I said, "I don't know. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted my brother up out of there, but I knew that he had literally taken someone's life. And I don't do the free shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You did what you did. You got to do the time. I'm just grateful he didn't get to 25 to life. They gave him 10 and then 3 for the gun spec. But it's still in my mind, I guess, just me not controlling because I've been so in his life. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I wasn't in control and I just lost it. I was so angry. And then the woman that told on me like lives directly across from me. So I'm wrestling in my mind. You know what I'm saying? The snitches belong in ditches and this shit was crazy, James. You feel me? And I didn't even, man, I'm telling you, I didn't even take a shower or a bath until I smelled myself. Like, that's how I'm thinking I'm not going nowhere. But so unless I went somewhere, so I knew how to, throw on a wig, throw on some makeup or something, and then go what I got to do. I couldn't wait to throw the wig off, go back into my gown and get right back on the couch and drink. I woke up drinking. You know what I'm saying? Then I started renting out my room, you know what I'm saying, for people to get high in. I'm going through the separation of him, which I was glad of that because he had to go. Because like I told you, somebody would have died, and I get it wasn't gonna be me because I was already tired. I was just tired. I had been going through so much in that marriage. It's just unbelievable shit I was going through that I had lost myself. I had completely lost myself before my brother caught the case. But that's what I needed, and the safe haven was born. So now when I go in and do hoarders, young women whose house is some of my pictures. I don't know if you've been to my page and you see some of that work on there, and a lot of those are young. A lot of those are young women with children, and so I go in with no judgment. I go in with none because I know it's mental. So if I can come in, because like I said, how you look is how you feel. That's why I say with Tina's Star Seas, when you look good, you feel good. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's for a moment. You just feel better, and people treat you better when you look different. You know what I'm saying? So that's I know that my cleaning company, what I do is more than the average cleaning company because I pack you up. If you're moving, we pack you up, we load it, we unload you, hang up your clothes, we put all your stuff in your refrigerator, we put things in your cabinet like the grocery store. You understand what I'm saying? We unpack you, we do everything. From commercial to residential, from U-Haul, from storages to garages to attics, construction cleaning. I just did $1 million construction clean when the house was worth $1 million. But, I didn't even know how to bid on that because that's an area that I had never had a job that big. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my company is growing. It's been on 98.7. I do commercials. I have videos that are circulating all on Facebook. Where I pay people to do commercials, visual commercials.
Right.
So yeah, I'm real proud of my company. And I started with a broom, a mop, SOS pad, and Clorox. I didn't even have a vacuum cleaner. I had one, but it kept messing up. So I got it out. You know what I'm saying? I got it out. When somebody say got it out the mud, I mean literally. So now I have a van.
So if a person wanted to get Safe Haven Cleaning, how would they get in contact for you to get a quote or something?
They can Google Safe Haven Cleaning Company. They can contact me through there. And my email is on there, which is shawtina1969@gmail.com. Or they can go to Facebook, and it's Safe Haven Cleaning Company is on Facebook. There are a lot of Safe Haven Cleaning companies, but mine is Safe Haven Cleaning. Safe Haven Cleaning is one word, and then company is the second one. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are abbreviated, but mine is one. But you'll see me. You'll see my face on there to know that that's me. It's only one for real, Safe Haven Cleaning Company. And my slogan is we do it all from wall to wall.
That's most definitely a dope slogan. You got so much stuff going on. So what you got coming up next?
A book. Yeah. So I have a book and a short film is coming out. Gerald Easley, who has a movie, well, several. He does plays and movie. That's one of my Westwood brothers. And Gerald is going to do a short film. You know, I don't know how he's going to do with my skits, but he's going to create that for me. So we're looking like August or September. And then come this week coming, my book, I'm going to start writing the book. And it was really inspired. It's been on the shelf. I was supposed to write a book 15 years ago because I came to you, if you remember, and that I reached out to you. I got your book, and I want to tell you, I was so mad that you didn't have the next book. Your book, you already saw how I kept sharing it. People, you know what I'm saying, were reaching out to you. I didn't know you from a can of paint. I didn't have to. All I saw was a brother that had a book out, and I wanted to support. Even if the book was trash, at least I supported you. You understand what I'm saying? Because I feel like we have supported one another on so many ways, so many negative things we've been supportive of. You understand that why wouldn't I support you, brother? And this is what you were doing. But baby, when I opened it, I finished your book in a day. Like I couldn't put it down. And I don't know when the last time I've even had time. The only book I've done like that again since, with me being so busy, is Ahaba's book. You know what I'm saying? Ty Smith. So listen, they're just a good reader is a good reader. Your book is out of sight. And then to know and you was describing everything about your book is amazing. And again, I always tell you that I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of your podcast because you told me you were starting one. Everything you told me you were setting out to do, you are doing and have done. And I just wanted and thank you for having me on your podcast. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I most definitely appreciate it. And it is the book. It's a 3-part series. And let me tell you about this. I had told a person, just like yourself, I got some PTSD. You know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot of things in life. Like I tell people, man, I did everything under the sun except for shop boy, told on somebody, mess with a punk, took some ass or mess with a kid.
That's right.
15 years in the joint, and then did 15 years in the joint, and then for me to go through all that, and then to be able to sanely write a book was an accomplishment for me.
Yes.
You know? So I worked behind the scenes. I really didn't want to write a book. I wanted to be behind the scenes, but I just kept having a story that just kept popping up in my head. And I was locked up one time, and I started writing it. So I do have plans for it to be a 3-part book, but what happened was I started going to college. So that took away my time. Now I'm doing this. Now this take away my time, but I am working on it. And I'm going to tell you the same way I tell the other people the books, the other 2 books, they are coming. Because it don't be just you. I got a whole bunch of people asking, like, man, what are other books? What are other books?
Man,
you know, and then
you left us like this. Like, for real.
But see, I got a good play for that because when it take off, because the second book is gonna take place some years later anyway, so it kind of do play a part because it's gonna actually be some years later.
Right.
You know, and I don't have some people kind of like lose faith in me. But the thing is, people don't realize is like, man, I didn't even do it like for an audience or nothing. I just did it because it seemed like to me, people who actually know me and all the stuff I done did and the things I done been through, that's like a major accomplishment for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
But like you said about being on the show, it's about timing. You know what I'm saying?
It's about timing. And it's not about when everybody else. When it come out is when it's supposed to come out. That's just how I look at everything. You understand what I mean? Like when it's supposed to flow, that's why everybody like, dang, what don't you do? But this is what I was born to do anyway. You see what I'm saying? I'm now it's just a manifestation. Now it's just manifesting, but it's always been in you. The story always been in you. So everything that you've done, you understand what I'm saying? That's why your book was so real. It's so relatable because I mean, we all have similar stories, but your story is your story. Nobody can tell your story like you. You see what I'm saying? And so I was supposed to, and I was feeling bad. I was frustrated. Like I told you before, I had a young lady that I had even paid to be a ghostwriter. And that's when you encouraged me and said, you don't really need nobody to be a ghostwriter. You can do it yourself. And so then I got busy, you know what I'm saying, with my company, and I didn't really have time. And then when I wasn't doing anything, it was a struggle for me to, like, oh God, what other way can I do it? You listen, you didn't know me either. And you reached out to help me and said, I'll help you, but write so much down and then get with me. Then I'll help you from there. But now it seemed like from going to network and chill, you meet so many different people. I got a spiritual daughter because, like I said, I don't have no children, and that's Kamora, the boss, because you were on her show. That's my spiritual daughter, and so we gonna do it. And like I said, in Ahaba's book gave me I'm thinking, now that won't stress me. Like if I could just do an interview and write, you know what I'm saying, about my life, like how you're doing, and take off of questions you've asked me and do my book like that. And then maybe the next one, then I'll grow into it and it'll start building like everything else. So yeah, I'm proud of you. I can't wait. Whenever it happened, I'm gonna be there for it, Lord willing.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it. Now let's tell people about the shirts you got, the Dayton Drip and the Star Tees.
So I have a shirt that came out. The very first shirt I came out with was #solid. And that's because that's what I feel like. I know I am. You know what I'm saying? Solid. And so that it took off. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, okay. So I'm on to something. Like I said, it was a vision. I put it down. Again, Spud from Westwood. He did it for me. So then after that, he said, you need to start getting your own machine. I bought all that stuff and I never did it. So that's what I mean by I stay in my lane. I know that it would be cheaper if I did a lot of it, but I actually don't have any interest in even learning how to do it. So right. I've learned that that's just, I'm not interested. So now I got a press and a printer just sitting. You see what I'm saying? My vision is I am a visionary. I come up with it and somebody else can do all that. I don't want to do all that. You know what I'm saying? And so so it was #solid. And then Queen, and that was inspired by my brother. I had wrote him, Jay paid him, and I told him that's when I was going through my depression, and I said, man, I don't know how I'm gonna do this without you being out here, boy. My mind is worried about you. I said I can't get up. It's just horrible. I said it's all bad. I said I'm out here smoking these dumbass Primos, and I said this shit ain't even real dope. This shit dumb. I just that was just one of the things I was telling him. Like I feel like killing everything and everybody. And he said, sis, the only time I want your head to be held down is when you tying your shoes. I need you, right? And so I thought about that, James, and I was like, damn. He said, hold your head up. That's what he said. He said, sis, keep your head up, hold your head up. The only time I want your head to be held down is when you tying your shoes. So that came out. People was buying it, right? So then a brother from Westwood said, can you my woman want one, but she want to know, instead of tying your shoes, can you say, only time your head should be held down is when you praying. Now that one, it really went like that. I want one. So I did all colors, you know what I'm saying? And so like I said, I hear from the Most High around water, always have all my life. Didn't know it was the Most High at the time, you know what I'm saying? But I always had visions around water. So I'm washing dishes and I heard Dayton Drip. And I knew, so I got with a guy, asked him for the drawing. I knew what I wanted to look like, and he drew it up, and here we are today. I've had a couple more, but it seemed like, I don't know, I like this art the best. You know what I mean? The way that he done this. So I'm gonna stick with it. If it's not broke, why fix it? It's working.
And if people want to, so right now, which shirts do you offer? The Dayton Drip, that one, and which other ones?
It's a whole lot of them. So if they go to Star Tees on Facebook, they'll see I got a lot of them. I got Ohio Drip, I got Dayton Drip, I have I mean some people want a Cali Drip. So they can go to Stars Tees on Facebook and they'll see all of my t-shirts. Yeah, I got it's Ice. I got one called it's called Ice, and it got, you know what I'm saying, it's got drippings down it. I have a lot of them. Yeah. So when can we have a blessed day on purpose?
Right. So now the pressure on you now. So when can we be looking for this book?
I know that we start. She's not free to help with that because she got a lot going on until the middle of May, and that's when I'm gonna start. I'm gonna inbox you like, brother. I did my first page. That's how excited, because I know once that start, Jane, I know that it's on. Once that's wrote, you know what I'm saying? I know then that it's gonna flow.
It is because I'm gonna tell you what happened with me in the like kind of like probably like in about the middle of my book, maybe about almost the end. What I did, I had kept telling people about it, and I'm a type of person I like to keep my word.
That's right.
Once I've told people about it, I'm like I gotta finish. But once I had got my cover made and I had posted my cover, I said I got to finish it now.
Right.
So I finished it. But I'm about to give everybody some free game. One of the tools you can use, we got so much technology. Speech to text. They got an app on your phone. You can just talk it, it'll type it up for you. It'll turn it into text. You know what I'm saying? That. Right now, they got some new stuff out called AI Chat GPT, which is definitely, I've been looking into it, and it's definitely really going to hurt writers because that's basically what it do, and it hurt writers. And for people that's kind of like hard to keep up with technology, man, one of the best things to do, anything you don't know how to do, all you got to do is YouTube it, and you can rewind the video and pause it a million times. Anything a person need to know how to do, from grow weed, cook crack, to write a book, you can YouTube and it's going to show you how to do it. And I like to give people that game, man, because that's one of the reasons why I went to school to learn how to shoot film, because I kept trying to find somebody to shoot video for me, and I ain't gonna say I couldn't find nobody. It's just the timing wasn't meeting up, and I couldn't find nobody. I'm gonna keep it real. So I ended up going to school, spending all that money when I could have YouTubed it, which I was YouTubing in the beginning, but I needed a little bit more in depth. But I found out going to school online, you basically don't do nothing but YouTube and watch videos anyway.
That's right. I was just gonna say that's all they do. And I also say this too, Jane, that anything that you're wanting to learn about, it's just worth going to YouTube learning about. Like, perfecting my craft is even different ways of cleaning things. I want to work smart and not hard. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm learning to invest in myself, whereas I did not. I mean, I've invested in a lot of things. I invested, and I know my little brother K Red told me, he said, "You know what, sis? We can get a lot of shit back, but time." And I done wasted my time on a lot of people, and it's not their fault. And that's where I'm at today too. I don't blame any of my exes, not even Drew. I look at all of that like I stayed. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to own up to why I stayed. And so the common denominator with all of them is me. You see what I'm saying? I kept attracting different levels of Drew. If that, you understand what I'm saying? Like, they may not have been as sadistic with the tying up, but they would smell my panties. This one may not be that, but he's a stalker. He in the bushes. I had one to put, gun in my vagina. So I'm saying they all were different levels of him. So it's like, what was that? Why was that? Why did I stay with her? Why was I even attracted to people like that? So I just feel like you attract what you are. So something in, me. And so I dealt with a lot of narcissists. So I had to keep it 1,000. I was a narcissist. I was a manipulator. I was a liar. You understand what I'm saying? Half the niggas I've been with, I didn't even like if they didn't have what they had. You know what I mean? And then I had to be drunk with a whole lot of them. Because just being with you sober, I didn't like you for real. So I was living a pretend life. That's why these skits are so easy, because I've been doing this damn near all my life anyway. I can laugh about it now, but it's really, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing. It's for real. It's real shit. I don't know who else will keep it 1,000, but I am. I'm not going to say that every guy, but majority of them, if they didn't, I wouldn't have liked them.
Well, you definitely got a story to tell and there's a message in it. So I want to encourage you to just keep pumping out that content and doing them skits.
I appreciate you so much, brother. I do.
And then if people, you say again, they want to get the t-shirts again, how they go about it?
They can go to Stars Tees on Facebook. And then they can also go to my main page is open, TinaStar Shaw. I'm really trying to direct people to my new page, which is Tina True. So I can, instead of my personal page, I'm trying to divert it to Tina True. So all skits and all that, and all my podcasts can be on that. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm trying to get monetized on YouTube. And it's like I got the watch hours and all that stuff, which you know about all that, brother. But it's a lot. It's none of this comes easy.
I was just looking at your page earlier. I'm looking at it now. you say you got the watch time. You also got the subscribers. So, what step you at now? You got the subscribers. I don't know what happened.
That
Okay.
somebody had called in.
Okay. You got the subscribers. You know how much watch time you got?
No, not that's what and that's what Peanut helps me with. I don't know if you know Peanut,
Right.
but his thing is sell stocks, not dope.
Right.
But yeah, that's what he's doing. He's getting the watch towers up, and now he's trying to do the ads and trying to help me with the ads, and he's also helping me with my TikTok thing. So now I got a series on TikTok, which will be my my skits, because TikTok has a thing where now it's a series and they'll pay you for it. So I am getting paid somewhat from TikTok, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, you really they paying me for something that I did for just for fun? It's a beautiful thing. It's amazing. I'm excited.
Right. So that's definitely what's up. We want to see some more of them skits. We definitely gonna
Okay.
be looking for that book. About the safe haven cleaning. So is that local or do you travel? Because we got like a broad audience for this. So is it local or do you travel?
Yes, I do travel. I travel as far as to Columbus.
And,
So
and
all the little outskirts I've been, Middletown, Cincinnati, Piqua, Wilmington, yeah, whatever the one is. But yeah, I travel. Uh-huh. And that's my vision. I want to have different vans going different spots. But right now I'm trying to perfect and get a team together that I don't have to be there. Right now, I have to be there. But I know it's coming where I'm gonna be able to go and have supervisors at each job. But right now, it's all about training people how I am, because I'm very meticulous about every single thing. You know what I'm saying? They say I'm hard or a drill sergeant. That's not it. I just don't come to play. This is my name.
Right.
This is my life. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? And then you deal with people that's entrusting your home. I need to know people not, because I deal with a lot of people that need second chances, like I did. You see what I'm saying? So I don't care what you did. All I know is don't touch nobody's shit that don't belong to you. Let's come in here and do a great job. Anything mediocre, this is not the company for you to work for. Because I won't mind to be, because I'm not in competition with anybody but myself, to be honest, because nobody else really do what I do. And even if they did, they don't do it like me. You know what I'm saying? And so I take pride in my company with integrity. I'm on time. So, and like I said, there's no judgment. There's no judgment. And my prices are very, very reasonable. I've been underbidding, so now I'm going up because I'm learning my worth. When you first get out there, you're just trying to get there, and I didn't know. That's what I mean by studying and going to classes and going to different people that have this in this field, learning, and I've been underbidding myself. But I mean, it doesn't, I was being blessed, and now my name is out there. So, I just would, if they need any help, elderly people, you get 10% off. So if they need that, I just would suggest I would come to me if it wasn't my company, because of all that I offer.
Right. And that's one of the questions I was going to ask when you said you did the $1 million house and you know how to bid on it. I was going to ask you, did you feel like you underbidded yourself?
Here, you know what? Yeah, well, yeah, I did. And then too, this is literally what I was talking to somebody before you were showing me how to get on here. And you have a teaching spirit too. I want to share that with you. You have a teacher's, like, I don't, you have that gift. Like you have patience, and you have a gift where once you tell somebody, it's like you automatically understand that. So I don't know, I'm sure you've probably heard that before, but I just, you really do. So people will listen. So I really would hope that when I have my next class, especially with them children, that you could come in and really speak, because when you have a lot, your story, they need to hear, especially our young boys. See, I go into the hoods and talk. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I just think that I need to share that, because that thought came to me. But yeah, to answer your question, because it's a friend of the family, right? And I sometimes my downfall is that I run my business with my heart instead of running it like a business. This don't have anything to do with us being friends or relatives. This is business, and you would pay it if somebody else did. If somebody else did it, so I be feeling funny when it's like a big number. It's kind of like, I'll be like, damn, like, I don't know what that is, but I did it. I did it, and I made a hell of a profit, but I still didn't charge what I was supposed to. I did not. So I'm learning to be comfortable with saying it. And so the advice that my friend Spud told me, he said, if you get every job, if somebody go with every quote you say, you're underbidding yourself. It should be some people to be like, oh, okay, no, thank you. But I'm so hungry. You understand what I'm saying? I was running my business the way I sold dope. Like, okay, you know, back in the day we gave out Bobo halves.
Quick flip.
Huh?
Quick flip.
Yeah.
I do all my
That's
stuff
what
too.
it is. That's what the word I've been looking for. A quick flip. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, even though this person charged maybe 3,000 and I charged 1,500, but I done did so many jobs. You understand? In my mind, I'm not losing. But in business, he said you're not selling dope. So it's like I gotta renew my mind. I'm talking about daily, Jane. It's not even about the using, because before I used, I was hustling. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying just that mentality, like I got to get out of that. And then when people owe me money, or I may, hey, when I get home, and it's just shit I be having to have in order. So I'm real hard on myself, and I'm doing okay, but I know I can be doing better. So I'm constantly trying to evolve to do better and be better. And then I'm giving people, creating jobs for people that are not hireable if they go somewhere else. You see what I mean? I'm giving them a chance, and I'm teaching them something that can last them for if they go somewhere else, or even if they wanted to start on their own.
Right. So out of all the stuff you got going on, what's most you want people to tap into?
Dang. I guess what feed me. That's my company. Because like I told you, mine is just not a company, it's a ministry. My walkthroughs, I'm sitting in people's house for 2 or 3 hours. I don't know this when I go in to do a walkthrough. People be crying, going through divorce. One lady had a crazy ass husband. I didn't know if I was gonna have to pop the man. Shit be crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm there with her because I'm relating to her. Like, I know I've been there. Like, oh my God, I know. And so I'm there, like, I'll help you do, if y'all need to pack, what do you need? So I say safe haven because that is the business that pays me. The other ones, they're on their way. You know what I'm saying? Right. But safe haven, if I don't work, I don't eat. I don't have another source. I mean, yeah, I sell sea moths, I sell these shirts, but I'm talking about to live. Right. Safe haven cleaning company. That's what I would really love for somebody to tap into. Go and look at my before and after pictures on my page, and then let my pictures will show. I don't have to say anything because pictures will speak a loud 1,000 words.
Right. That's what be drawing me. I be always looking at the before and after pictures.
You do? I didn't even know you had seen it.
Yeah, I look at the before and after pictures. I'll be wanting to see, like, I see how a person was living. I'm like, damn, they did a good job on that.
Yeah.
Some of the places you done went through and been tore up.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, and believe it or not, they are young women. And I mean, and so I be feeling, and I think about the children. Like, I gotta, I know this girl can't afford what she can't. But the fact that she even reached out, I know she trying to do better. You know what I mean? So like 32 loads of clothes. It take 2.5 hours to clean your kitchen, just wash them. We're not even talking about the stove or the top of your refrigerator. Refrigerator look like, I don't know, that somebody gonna grab you in if you open it. But the fact that children got to live like that and they used to it. So like for instance, about business, I didn't know that I was supposed to charge hazard pay when the roaches was falling all off the ceiling. I mean, I didn't know. I'm just flat out telling you, I didn't know. I mean, I did it as a deep clean. So I done missed out on, man, look, when I went to that meeting and realized how much money my stomach was hurting. And so I ran into Little Bugs, as a matter of fact. And he said to me, we was at a meeting together about businesses. And he said, shit, I mean, it's a lesson learned. And I said, what other way can I look at it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is a lesson learned. But I'm telling you, the pit of my stomach was like, damn. But to know better is to do better. So now I know.
Yep.
And you know what I'm saying? Because I gotta include the price. I gotta throw away my vacuum because I can't use that nowhere else.
Right.
I can't put it in my van and have my van with roaches and So yeah. But yeah, safe haven to answer your question.
All right, we want to, with everybody, if you local or as far as the Columbus area, tap in, hit up that safe haven cleaning. like she said, go through, look at the before and after pictures. It's definitely a dramatic change. Like I said, we definitely gonna be looking for that book, and we're gonna be keeping up with the content. I told everybody I got the links in the description of this video for the YouTube channel and for the Facebook page. So if you want to get in contact, just go to the description of this video and the links is in there. I want to thank you for coming through, and we definitely gonna have to do it again when that book drop.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you, brother, and I wish you well. And I know you're gonna do well, so I don't have to wish you well, but I do pray for you daily, because I never forget when people look out or try to help me. I'll never forget it. So I thank you for having me.
That's what's up. I appreciate it, and thanks for coming through.
Sure.
Okay, okay.
All right.
All right.
Now you know you got to tell me what the
All
exit.
you gotta do is just close it out. Yep.
Okay.
All right. That was TinaStar Shaw, y'all. Just go through like I said, the link is in the description of YouTube video for cleaning services, the t-shirts, in the content, the skits she do. I had the TikTok. If you didn't see the TikTok, just rewind, go back and replay this video. And the TikTok is up under her name. I want to say it's Tina's True 53 or TinaStar 53. The skits is dope. They got over 4 million views on them. So slide through and check them out. I want to thank everybody for coming through, man. I try to bring y'all different content, different people, man, and share their stories and share what they got going on, man, and turn y'all on. I got some dope stuff coming up, as I always say. Tuesday coming up on the 9th, I got artist from Dayton that I got faith in. I know y'all gonna like him. I've been sharing a lot of his music. His name is Giatrice. So make sure y'all tap in Tuesday, man, at 9 o'clock. If you know anybody, music, brands, business, anything, want a platform to come on, to reach out to the people, hit me up. Like I said, right now it's free. I'm about to start taxing, so come through. It's free promotion. Who gonna turn down free promotion? And I'm sharing you on all my social media platforms. So if you ain't already, follow me on all social media platforms at Hankin TV, man. If you're on Facebook watching, slide over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, man. Make sure I hit this like button, man. I'm out. Well, I thought I was out. Okay, I'm out now.